talking to us about disrupting darkness of grief. Reconnect, release, restore. Welcome to the stage, Lisa Jennings.
Thank you. Professor and author Elie Wiesel said, "Even in darkness, it is possible to create light." Little did I know that I would need to hear those words replay over and over again in my mind. Saturday, October the 9th, 2019. I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was my 53rd birthday, and I was ready to celebrate. Even my son, Teron, had stopped by to bring me flowers and a card. I felt so special that day. Later that evening, I was packing for what I anticipated was going to be a fun-filled birthday staycation with friends. But in the midst of my packing, I heard an unexpected knock at the door. As I opened the door, I saw 3 police officers standing in my doorway, struggling to give me eye contact. Then one of them reached their hand out to show me something. And I thought, wait, why does he have my son Teron's driver's license? My mind was racing, I was trying to figure out what was going on. And then they said, "Ma'am, there was a car accident." And yes, that news was confirmed when I spoke to the physician at the hospital where his body was transported. When I lost Teron, I felt completely numb. I felt like I was out of my own body. How was I gonna move forward and create life out of this darkness? For years, I struggled to get out of bed. Despite the grief that was left after I buried my son Teron, I knew I had to find a way to create life. Not just for myself, but for my other 2 children. And yes, for Teron, because Teron loved life, and he would have wanted me to find happiness again. My journey to disrupt the darkness of my grief started when I reflected on all the things I needed to do to move forward. There was 3 steps that I did, and I want to share them with you today. Step 1, reflect. I had to reflect on all the things that I had left to live for in life. I had to reflect on my purpose and what it is that God had for me. I had to reflect on all the things that was keeping me in darkness, turning to alcohol and medicating with cannabis to mask my pain. I had to do the opposite of those things. Step 2, I had to release. I had to release all of the things that was out of my control. I had to surrender to the truth that I was not in control. And losing Teron was out of my control. I had to release the destructive behaviors that I had. I had to release trying to do it all on my own. And reflect, restore. I had to rise like a phoenix to create joy and happiness in my life again. I had to reflect on the 24 years that I had with Teron, to be grateful and with gratitude. I had to get mental health therapy. and I had to treat my health with priority. And I had to pray to God to give me the strength beyond all understanding. And I did that. You may not have experienced the darkness of grief of losing a child, but all of us as humans have experienced the loss of loved ones. And I want to share with you, today, you are more courageous than you know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.